on, man. How do I know I'm not gonna mess it up again? You won't. Right. Hate to leap the faith.
As we continue to explore the idea of Peter Parker being a retelling of the Peter Rabbit and St. Peter story, one thing that the St. Peter story is associated with is his association with Christ. He's a disciple of Christ. And we've shown in the last video that all the actors who play Spider-Man are named after the disciples. We have St. Andrew, St. Thomas. And we'll explore more of that in a later video. But in this video, I just wanted to focus on the inverting of the cross. St. Peter's cross is an inversion of the cross, where you see it upside down cross is the cross that represents St. Peter. And you see this idea carry over into the concept of Spider-Man, where he's always upside down. Now, I know his power gives him the ability to be upside down, but you'll see almost unnecessarily Spider-Man is always being turned upside down. And you see this inversion happen a lot in this story, and it even happens in other rabbit hole stories similarly. And each of the different actors has a different trilogy or different theme going on to the different stories that they may represent, where you have Toby, which is a play on To Be or Not to Be, playing Peter Parker. You always see him upside down. You know, he kisses Mary Jane upside down. There's a lot of poses with him being upside down. And, that's a play on the inverted Peter cross. And we also see this kind of in the same idea with Tom Holland, where Tom Holland has the upside down. When he was first auditioning, there was a bunch of videos coming out with him doing flips online, and it was always him in this upside down weird flip pose. And then, people were saying it's to show off his agility and his, athleticism. But it's more so, it was just pointing that, oh, he's about to play Peter the Saint, St. Peter, the upside down inverted cross. And then with the Andrew or St. Andrew's rendition, there's a lot of X symbolism, because that biblical story has a play on the X cross, where the cross is an X. And you see this in there's a spider called the St. Andrew's spider that is formed like an X, is a symbol of the Scottish flag. This is shown in a lot of different things, but it's encoded in this movie, and you see a lot of different poses that this Spider-Man does is X-based. The reason why this is going on in a subtle way is because Peter Parker is really just a retelling of St. Peter. And you also see that he shoots webs out of his wrist. The webs coming out of his wrist is also a play on the crucifixion marks, or where the crucifixion occurs at in the wrist. Sometimes it's shown in the hands. So you see this kind of idea also being shown in Peter Parker's ability or his power, where the webs come out. And then you also see there's different versions of Peter Parker, where one shoots webs out of his natural body, the other one has to make one, because they're telling different stories. But you see this occur. And a lot of times, going back to St. Thomas being associated with the wrist, you might see the St. Thomas watch or St. Thomas bracelet for the wrist. But then with St. Andrew, you see the necklace idea. And this even carries over into the Spider-Man movie, where he gets a neck bite. And there's so many unique ways they show this cross, or the inverting of the cross, in the Spider-Man character. In the Infinity Saga, when they were trying to pin Thanos down, and Thanos is a personification of the moon, they were trying to get him to form a cross. And then you have Tony Stark, who is the Jesus-like Christ character in Peter's opinion. He has to teach Peter some lessons, some spiritual lessons. When he dies for all of their sins, so to say, on his forehead, there's an inversion of the cross. And if you look at Iron Man's outfit, he has the beams in his palm and also in his feet, almost the same places where you would get crucified at. And in that movie, just like the Into the Spider-Verse film, he developed blonde hair, letting you know that he's the son, the character who's going to be the Christ-like character in that movie or film.